Conrad N. Hilton Humanitarian Prize is awarded to Handicap International. The Conrad Hilton Humanitarian Prize is the world's largest humanitarian award at $1.5 million, and it goes to any organization throughout the world that is significantly alleviating human suffering.
Nous sommes à l'hôpital du camp de Kaouidang. Kaouidang est un camp qui est situé environ à 5 ou 6 km de la frontière cambodgienne et qui reçoit les malades importants et tous les blessés de la frontière. Alors, les blessés de la frontière, c'est en général des blessés par mine, des blessés par balle. Si on peut dire schématiquement que la Croix-Rouge s'occupe en urgence de sauver la vie de ces gens-là, ensuite se pose le problème de leur réinsertion dans une vie sociale minimale. Et pour ce faire, il est absolument indispensable de les accompagner.
Elles avaient, ces victimes, avec les volontaires de handicap, construit une véritable industrie de la survie, qui n'était pas seulement technique, c'était pas seulement du bois et du fer, des appareillages, c'était moralement, socialement très important. C'était de rester debout.
Une des règles fondamentales de la fabrication des prothèses, c'est d'utiliser des matériaux locaux et peu onéreux comme le bambou, le bois et le cuir, que les Khmers savent travailler de manière à ce qu'ils puissent, dans n'importe quelle condition et après notre départ, réparer et fabriquer leurs prothèses eux-mêmes.
Not only does Handicap International help hundreds of thousands of people living with disabilities every year, the organization has succeeded in influencing the way the world deals with this acutely vulnerable population through its advocacy work. My grandfather, Conrad Hilton, created the Hilton Foundation nearly 70 years ago to help the most disadvantaged and vulnerable people throughout the world, a description that perfectly describes this year's Hilton Prize recipient.
Humanitarian actors are often asked what motivates them to start a project all over the world. Our simple answer is all the remarkable stories of the people we have been lucky enough to meet along the way and whose destinies have been so completely changed. Those to whom crossing the path of Handicap International gave a chance. To represent them today, let me introduce to you a young and beautiful woman. Mom lost her leg as the result of a serious bullet injury when she was less than 10 years old. It is Marie, my wife, who took care of her and made her first prosthesis. She was the very first child to be cared for by Handicap International.
I want to present these flowers to Mom because we want to thank you for being such an inspirational model and for representing in person the success of the work of Handicap International.
In nearly 30 years of indignation and humanitarian commitment, our contribution has been to demonstrate that a specific accompaniment of disabled people in the time scale and the space of an emergency is actually possible, and therefore constitutes an absolute imperious obligation for all. And I confess my excitement and pride to be presenting Handicap International achievement to the audience of the Global Philanthropy Forum. We know from first-hand experience the importance of philanthropy to furthering solidarity, equity, and fraternity, and improving humankind.
Ma maison est tombée sur moi. En courant. Je suis tombée. Pardon. Ma maison est en train de tomber sur mon pied. Mon pied écrasé. Tout ça.
I wish to salute our teams and partners in the 60 countries where HI has projects. I also wish to salute the board members and teams of the 8 Handicap International national associations that now form the Handicap International Federation, a truly international organization established in 2009 in order to enhance our impact in the world's most underprivileged countries. Having Michelle Bachelet as keynote speaker at this year's ceremony in her new competence as Executive Director of UN Women is a true privilege for us.
And I have to tell you, I'm especially pleased to be able to congratulate the recipient of this year's Conrad N. Hilton Humanitarian Prize, Handicap International. Really, congratulations. The assistance that this organization provides to those acutely affected by conflict and disaster, disease and poverty offers inspiration as well as guidance to all of us seeking to empower those who are most vulnerable. And it is heartening to see the response to people with disabilities is beginning to change in many countries in terms of their everyday life as well as in crisis situation. And I saw this in Haiti last year after the earthquake, where many people who had limbs crushed and amputated were still able to get around. Handicap International teams made a point of going to the poorest neighborhoods to distribute walking aids and other forms of care. And as I think Jean-Baptiste mentioned, and Alphonse told him, I was a little bit more than a week ago in Dadaab, a refugee camp in Kenya, and I could see the work, the wonderful work they are doing there. So really, it's an honor for me to be here tonight with all of you.
Handicap International est une institution qui s'est affirmée soit pour le soin direct aux victimes, soit dans la politique de désarmement humanitaire. Donc je suis très heureux d'être ici pour témoigner aussi de ce qui a été notre partenariat pendant des années, surtout quand j'étais président du CICR.
Je pense à tous ces gosses qu'on voit mutilés. Enfin, dans nos pays, on fabrique ce type de matériel que je trouve absolument scandaleux, enfin, qui ne respecte pas la personne humaine.
Dans l'ensemble de la trajectoire de Handicap International, ce qui me frappe, c'est que cette organisation non gouvernementale, partie d'un petit noyau d'hommes et de femmes soucieux d'aide humanitaire, est arrivée à mobiliser suffisamment l'opinion en France et dans d'autres pays. Je pense que c'est important de faire comprendre aux jeunes le poids, la force de l'opinion publique quand il s'agit de mobiliser les hommes, les femmes, même les enfants, contre une injustice majeure.
I have to admit there was a little confusion. I don't know if you picked up on that when I left, and Jean-Baptiste was very patient. And the reason, excusez-moi, monsieur, but I had a $1.5 million check I was supposed to give to Jean-Baptiste, and he was very patiently waiting for that. So at this point, I would like to present this to you.
On va utiliser ce prix pour faire progresser nos valeurs, faire cheminer le projet d'Handicap International, l'ambition, les champs d'action d'Handicap International, grâce à cette notoriété supplémentaire et surtout ce crédit que nous procure le sérieux avec lequel, et sérieux qui est reconnu par l'ensemble des pairs, le sérieux avec lequel ce prix et le jury du prix Hilton sélectionne ces lauréats.